All right, let's talk about the future of quality assurance. And, it's probably not what you're thinking. For a long time, it's all been about automation, right? Well, today we're going to challenge that idea that automation is the end all be all. We're going to uncover what's really next for QA pros. Okay, this right here, this really sets the stage. I mean, for years, automation has been the holy grail of QA, hasn't it? But what if that's just the beginning? What if we're standing on the edge of a massive shift and the real value of QA, well, it's about to be found somewhere else entirely? So this is the big question we're tackling today. Because let's be honest, if your only goal is to write faster scripts, you might be training for a race that's, well, it's already over. We're here to make sure you're ready for what's actually coming down the pipeline. All right, first things first, we have to tear down a huge myth in the industry. And that's the idea that automation is the final destination. It's not. We need to start seeing it for what it is, the foundation, the launch pad for something way, way bigger. Yeah, this slide nails the shift in mindset, doesn't it? The old way of thinking, QA was the safety net, right? You were just there to catch bugs after the code was written. But the new view, it's all about being proactive. You're a strategic partner from day one, trying to prevent defects before they even happen. So the big takeaway here is this. Automation isn't the trophy anymore. It's just your ticket to get into the game.
And this is such a critical point. A lot of people are worried. They're scared that automation is going to make their jobs obsolete. But actually, the opposite is true. Think about it. By taking over all those repetitive, boring tasks, automation frees up our most valuable asset, our brain power, our human creativity, to go solve the really complex problems that a machine could never, ever touch. Which naturally brings us to our next huge topic. AI. Artificial intelligence. Now, before you panic, don't think of AI as a replacement. Seriously, think of it as the ultimate co-pilot. It's here to augment your skills and make you even more effective. So what does this co-pilot QA thing actually look like in practice? Well, it's a real partnership. Imagine you have this incredible assistant who can sift through mountains of data, run thousands of scenarios, all in a matter of seconds. That's the AI. And what does that do? It leaves you, the human expert, free to do what you do best, to think strategically, to analyze the big picture, and to solve those tricky problems with pure human ingenuity. Okay, let's make this super concrete. Your AI co-pilot is going to help you in three main ways. First, it's kind of like a fortune teller. It looks at all your past data to predict where bugs are most likely to pop up next. Second, it becomes this amazing efficiency expert. It smartly generates test cases to cover way more ground, much more efficiently, helping you find stuff you might have missed. And finally, it's your personal analyst. It just chews through all the results and immediately highlights the most critical issues, so you know exactly where to focus your attention. See, it's all about working smarter, not just faster. Okay, so let's recap. We'd got automation as our baseline, right? And we have AI as our co-pilot. With those two things in place, the role of QA is set for a massive expansion. We're not talking about a single stage in a pipeline anymore. No, this is a whole mindset that covers the entire life cycle. And that leads us to a really crucial shift in how we see ourselves, moving from quality assurance to quality engineering. Think about the words. Assurance sounds like you're just checking someone else's homework. But engineering, that means you're an architect. You are building quality into the product from the ground up. It's a huge move from just being a gatekeeper to actually being a creator. So this new engineering mindset, it stretches in both directions. On one hand, we shift left. That means getting involved way earlier, integrating quality into the very first stages of design and development to stop defects before a single line of code is written. Then, at the same time, we shift right. This means we're using observability to monitor the app while it's live in production, getting real-time feedback from actual users. So quality engineering doesn't just own one little stage in the middle anymore. It owns the whole shebang, from the initial idea all the way to the end customer. Okay, we've been talking a lot about tech, automation, AI, but let's pivot for a second, because the most important piece of this puzzle is you. let's really dive into the uniquely human skills that no AI, no automation script can ever replicate. These right here, these are the skills that are going to define the next generation of QA leaders. First, strategic thinking. We're talking about seeing the big picture, the whole business context, not just staring at individual scripts. Then, collaborative communication. This is where you become the glue, that vital link connecting dev, product, and ops. And there's this brand new, absolutely critical field popping up, ethical AI testing, making sure the AI systems we're all building are fair, transparent, and safe for real people.
Man, this quote it captures the essence of everything we've been talking about. The future isn't about how fast your scripts run. It's about your ability to see around corners, to ask the tough questions nobody else is asking, and to genuinely contribute to building systems that are solid, resilient, and dependable. That is a skill that can't be replaced. Okay, so how do you actually prepare for all this? I know it can sound a little overwhelming, but the path forward is actually pretty clear. Let's break it down into a simple, actionable roadmap that you can literally start on today. Here are 3 powerful habits you can start building, like right now. Number 1, embrace continuous learning. Get genuinely curious about AI, about machine learning, about observability. Number 2, network and engage. Join a community, talk to your peers. Trust me, you'll learn more from them than from any textbook. And finally, number 3, get your hands dirty. Don't just read about new tools, download them, play with them, experiment. These are the habits that are going to keep you way ahead of the curve. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important question. The future is presenting all of us with a choice. Are you going to be the one writing the scripts, or are you going to be the one writing the strategy? The choice is yours.